Everything related to Pokemon has been booming for the past few months. Whether it be prismatic evolutions or Pokemon TCG Pocket, the hype just keeps growing. The main star of the show is Pokemon Legends ZA. This has been raved about ever since it was announced in last year's Pokemon Presents. It is for sure that there will be a trailer focusing on the gameplay, as we could tell the Legends word in Pokemon Legends ZA is correlated to Pokemon Legends Arceus. So the gaming style is going to be similar to where it's open world and more freedom to do whatever things and just catch any Pokemon. The whole game takes place in Lumiose City, and we may get to see Serena and Callum return, but in a different style or like counterparts, similar to what they did from Pokemon Sun and Moon to Ultra Sun and Moon. There will most likely be a release date, possibly in the summer of July 2025. If we're lucky, it could be in June. Another thing that is to be expected is the starter Pokemon. This one I'm very excited about because for months we don't exactly know what the starters are going to be. It's not set in stone. Many have predicted the starters could just be the same as the original X and Y game. As it does make sense, the Legends ZA can mix things up by adding Piplup, Scorbunny, and Snivy. I could actually see this working because Snivy is based on royalty and Piplup is like a king, with being Napoleon. I want to see how the Mega Evolutions would come into play. Flabébé is one of the first Pokemon seen in the trailer, and there will be a lore connection dating back to X and Y, because in the first game, the character AZ's Floette, known as the Eternal Flower, played a crucial role, having died in a war and being resurrected at the cost of many Pokemon. She later leaves him, upset at the sacrifice, and AZ searches for her for 1,000 years. She returns in the end, which is a very emotional cutscene, possibly one of the most emotional cutscenes ever, besides the end's farewell scene. It's been 3,000 years. Indeed, AZ, we are so back. Zygarde obviously will play a huge role as the cells will get collected throughout the game. It's similar to the Wisps of Spiritomb in Pokemon Legends Arceus, where we had to do it through side quests and missions. The Zygarde cores though would make an adorable Pokemon if you just had them by your side as a partner. Before we move on from Pokemon Legends ZA, as you may know, there are speculations for a new evolution. The promotional banner for Pokemon Day shows the evolutions flying in a hot air balloon. It represents all the types with all their colors. Pikachu for sure looks happy next to Sylveon by itself, and Pikachu is the face of Pokemon, so the interesting thing is Sylveon was introduced in Pokemon X and Y, so it's expected that Pokemon ZA, the sequel to X and Y, would have another evolution. A flying type one to be exact, as it was scrapped in Gen 7 because it was a fan-made concept. With Pokemon Legends ZA bringing a fresh adventure to the series, it's clear that the franchise is evolving in exciting ways. This one may be unlikely, but if we're extremely lucky, Pokemon franchise might announce a Gen 10 game or remake, like Pokemon Black and White remakes that everybody's been talking about for a while, or an entire new game relating to Nintendo Switch 2. But Legends ZA is in the spotlight right now, so it's unlikely. Fingers crossed though. It's not just the mainline games, Pokemon TCG Pocket is also shaking things up for card game fans. Pokemon cards' popularity shot up way back in December, and so did digital cards. Speaking of real physical cards, Pokemon Day might have insights on the new set of Journey Together. It's the first time a trainer has been featured on an ETB box, where we see N, and we also see like Lily, Iono, and Hop being in the cards as well. And we're also waiting for the announcement of the new Team Rocket set, which dates back all the way to those dark Pokemon cards like Dark Vaporeon. And it was recently leaked, so both sets will have big time nostalgia value. I hope they get some love during Pokemon Day. From February 17 to March 27, there is a free EV promo card as a gift. If people spend over $30 on Pokemon TCG products at Pokemon Center or any of the following retailers. I like how the EV promo card has a special stamp on it. The EV card just looks nice in general. But back to Pokemon TCG Pocket, let's hope for a teaser on the next part of the Spacetime Smackdown set. I wouldn't be surprised if it had to do with Arceus and Giratina, because those legendaries are connected to Dialga and Palkia. Really hoping to see that Arceus immersive card, that would be insane. Like just imagine the music, it's gonna be so emotional. Like Dialga's card was crazy already. I really love that Dialga immersive card. And there's also an event happening around that time where we will get guaranteed 4 diamonds or better in honor of Pokemon Day. Just like the events they have been doing with the Wonder Picks, there will be for sure some limited edition items in the shop. Another event happening from February 20 to Pokemon Day takes place in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. There will be 5-star Terra Raid battles featuring Rocking Wake, who is Suicune, and Iron Leaves, that is Virizion. These are version exclusive depending on whether it's Scarlet or Violet, and one is Water type and the other is Psychic type. Those are the type matchups. The studio of the anime Your Name will produce a special Pokemon anime on the February 27 day. This is big news if you like anime because Your Name, Weathering With You, Those anime were crazy good with their art and soundtracks. The new Pokemon movie will feature Dragonite. More love for Dragonite considering it got a Happy Meal at McDonald's. The anime is called Dragonite and the Mail Courier. It's a heartwarming adventure featuring Hana, a young girl from the Paldea region who dreams of becoming a professional courier like Dragonite she admires. So basically couriers were people that carried mail and delivered it. Her partner is Fuecoco. The anime will be released on the Pokemon channel, so that's exciting. Pokemon Go is confirmed to have an event on Pokemon Day, so that's also something to look forward to. There was a collaboration event with Pokemon Go and Pokemon Horizons last year, so I wonder what they would do this year. We will also see new updates in Pokemon Unite. A leak suggests Suicune to be introduced on Pokemon Day, which is big news for legendary Pokemon editions. And let's not forget about the competitive scene. Pokemon Unite tournaments are heating up with top players showcasing insane plays. Pokemon Sleep will probably give out gifts on Pokemon Day such as the Pokebiscuits and Diamonds. These gifts could be obtained just by logging in, and distribution periods usually are long. We will also see Pokemon Masters EX with new featured trainers. Last year was the rival from Heart Soul Silver and Gita, the Scarlet and Violet champion. Pokemon Cafe will most likely have events too. We'll see a short clip of them, lots of perks. Might get to see something with the evolutions cause the game likes to showcase Eevee. The game also keeps evolving with new mechanics, making puzzles more engaging and team building even more strategic. Whether you're a long-time player or just jumping in, there's always something to keep things fresh. The Pokemon Company loves surprising us with collaborations, from fashion to food. Could we see another big-name collab drop? Remember when they did Adidas and Pokemon sneakers and clothing? Pokemon Center will have new merchandise dropping sometime soon, and their merchandise never fails to be so amazing. Recently, we did have the Pokemon Happy Meals, which ran out so quickly, and many plushies that weren't in store have returned to the shelves, giving another chance to grab these. We also saw Puma collabing with Pokemon. A final note on Pokemon ZA, there are rumored to be over 15 new Mega Evolutions coming to the game. There are currently 48 as of now, combining both X and Y and the Gen 3 remakes. A lot of Pokemon that we saw in the Kalos region that didn't get Megas before will be able to get new forms. I think there would be Mega Talonflame, cause Fletchling itself is an iconic bird Pokemon from X and Y, and Talonflame is in the trailer, so we get more love for that. Another one could be Goodra, cause the Pokemon franchise really loves their dragon types. My third prediction is the X and Y legendaries. Those two have to get Mega Evolutions, but I really wonder how that's going to look. Is Xerneas going to have a huge X on its head and Yveltal has larger wings that represents a Y? And let's not forget about Zygarde, that's part of the Aura trio. I'm very excited to see what they do to this legendary Pokemon, and more of the lore aspects the game will introduce. And that's everything we know so far. Pokemon Day 2025 is shaping up to be absolutely legendary, and I can't wait to see what surprises the Pokemon Company has in store for us. What are you most excited for? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe for more Pokemon content. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.